Right, welcome back to a brand new video of the Targeted Individual Program, Targeted Individual Experience. So, just leaving Pam. It's going on 9:30, and when I came in with my daughter earlier from the groceries, after I had, I uploaded those two videos so you guys can see what was happening. So, again, all black comes out, synchronization, right? Wearing all black. Okay, they've been using a lot of Hispanic women lately. A lot of Hispanic women lately. Okay, a lot of Hispanic women lately. And it's incredible, right? So next week, I guess they're gonna, or tomorrow, it's just gonna be mostly black women then, huh? You know what I'm saying? All right. They've been using the Caucasian women sparingly, but they've been using the Hispanic women, particularly today, up in my face, especially at the grocery store, at the Stop and Shop. That used to be what is called food. Well, there used to be a food bazaar, and then that became Stop and Shop. But when it was food, one thing I noticed for the past couple of times I've been there since it's been Stop and Shop is I don't see any. I hardly see any black cashiers, black female cashiers. Whereas when it was the food bazaar, because it was Caribbean owned, or well, I shouldn't say Caribbean owned, but it's more geared to the Caribbean community. They had a mixture, right? So it wasn't just like majority of one group of women, black women, Hispanic women. But now it's basically all Hispanic women, and they got a few black people, black men. I saw a black man through another black woman, but they weren't on the register. They might have worked in the office somewhere. But yeah, So again, when I see things like that, particularly in the black community, where I say to myself, wow, this is why, they sabotage black people's effort to own these sort of grocery stores, right? I mean, that's a pretty good grocery store because they have pretty good food in there. They have a bakery in there, even when it was a food bazaar, right? And so, this is one of the few, and I keep saying to myself, it always used to be packing there. So how come they, but I guess they must have gotten an offer, somebody must have given them an offer to purchase it, and they couldn't refuse the offer. So, but this is what happened in our community, in these, particularly in these grocery stores and the bodegas, like I said, these are other groups owning these things, and they employ their own people. I'm not blaming them for that. I'm not faulting them for that. They should. I just wish that we can do the same. I'm not to say that we haven't, because we know how our efforts have been sabotaged by the financial institutions, by those in city government and state government, who will deny black applicants, the opportunity to own and operate such businesses like grocery stores, bodegas, and stuff like that. So what you'll see a lot of these small restaurants, where you see is particularly, where it's going to be black people, but they're small. Maybe one or two owned by a person, like they had a chain of Caribbean restaurants called Golden Crust. Years ago, man. I'm talking about, well over 2 decades. Okay. Now maybe a decade. I would say a decade. But they most of them closed down. I mean, they was always packed in these spaces, always packed. But they don't allow, they don't let black businesses grow. They find ways to sabotage those businesses. All right, and I'm not speaking out of opinions, not just what I see with my own eyes, but I can pull up research documents, proof that shows that black people who want to start black businesses, particularly certain particular black businesses, it's fine if you're a mom and pop shop, or it's fine if you're a little small restaurant, right? You know what I'm saying? But when you're trying to grow, they don't allow it. They won't allow it. Okay? Unless you have tens of millions of dollars to put into a business and to weather the first couple of years, because it may take a while for that business to accumulate the customers to the point where that business is self-sufficient in terms of customer support, right? But this is what they do. This is what they do. Okay? So again, I'm not saying this of my own opinion. It is facts. And I should have done a couple of videos while the kids were on vacation, but I was so busy cleaning and just relaxing. It was just so quiet and peaceful. Once I finished cleaning, I didn't have to pick up anything off the floor, anything like that, And then today I actually cooked. I actually Pam wanted to order Chinese, and I was like, you know what? I'm tired of these kids eating Chinese foods. So I actually ended up cooking, right? Now she's been wanting me to cook for all this time, for the longest time, right? She's like, well, you don't cook. I'm like, yeah, I'm not. I'll tell you, if you season the meat, I'll cook it. You know what I'm saying? That's it. But I ended up going, when I was at the grocery shop, I said to my daughter, I said, do you want barbecue chicken? She's like, chicken wings? She's like, yeah. So I ended up making that. And I'm cooking, and Pam came home, and she was on the phone with one of her friends, and she's like, oh yeah, Nigel is cooking the kids barbecue chicken wing. Like she's not like, I'm just cooking for the kids, right? Yeah, I just look at her and just shake my head. I'm like, really? So I said, I'm just only cooking for the kids, Pamela? So after I finished cooking, I went into her bedroom to ask her if she was going to eat. Right? I was going to bring her food for her. She's like, no, I'm good. I have some tea. When people start acting like that, I get it. I don't act that way towards anybody, right? Because I know my intentions are good, right? But when people do shit behind your back and talk about you and this and that, listen, I talk about her in front of her face and behind her back, right? Because I have nothing to hide. And again, I'm trying to expose the narrative that they're trying to do and how they're using her, right, and gassing her up and manipulating her into believing lies and even acting like I don't know certain things, like acting like you didn't say such to me, you know what I'm saying? So I guess she's probably going out tomorrow, happy, because she got to take the kids to. She's taking the kids to her parents. They're still in New York. I think they're leaving Saturday, she says. So she's taking the kids there tomorrow night. So she might have plans. That's why she's acting all like that. And I keep telling her, I say, there's no need for you to act out like that. But again, it's how you treat me. And because he treats me, in a negative way, and I'm like, yeah. So when she came back from the cruise, my daughter was like, oh, mommy bought you a t-shirt. So I'm still waiting for my t-shirt. Okay? So that's to tell you, right? Didn't even say, you know what, let me go and get Nigel this t-shirt and stuff like that. No. It's been 2 days now. I'm not worried about it. I figure, maybe next week she'll remember it or have it, but I'm not saying anything about it, But that's, again, and it's funny too, because 2 days before they came back, she had called me. I had called her, but she was busy, so she called me back. And, I didn't want to stay too long on the phone with her, because I really didn't have any much to say. But I said to her, I said, listen, I got to go. I'll talk to you later. She just kept talking. She just kept talking. I'm like, okay, I guess she's in the talking mood now. You know what I'm saying? So we basically spent about a little over an hour on the phone just chit-chatting, And, so even today, like, my daughter was like, did mommy call you? I said, no, I spoke to her. We was in the grocery store. She's like, no, I mean today. She's like, did she call you when we were in school? I said, no. But again, that's them manipulating her to say those things to me. Hijacking her consciousness. Like I'm supposed to feel bad. I don't feel bad. Listen, you know, like I said, I know whenever she needs to go out, and of course her parents is looking after the kids tomorrow, so she'll start acting this way, you know, like I'm non-existent. But after her, whenever she's going, her date's done, or what have you, over the weekend, what have you, the Monday she's calling me, hey, just call to check up on you, see how you doing, what have you, such. And I'm just like, whatever, Pamela. It's like listen, I called your card a long time ago, right? I've told you this stuff, how you behave, but you don't care because again, you don't care, you know. So now that I finally cooked, now she's acting like if she don't want to eat the food that I cook, right? Okay, but I made the fish cakes. She ate the fish cakes. You know what I'm saying? She ate those fish cakes though. She was like, well, he cooked. I'm just like, see, and again, that's why I don't really want to cook. So, and not just because of that, not just because I don't want to, which I really don't, right? Because we're not in that type of relationship. I'll make stuff for the kids, but if I'm not cooking a meal, which I did tonight, like I said, if you season the meat, I'll cook it for you, sure. Because you did most of the work, right? All I'm doing is putting it in the pot and watch it cook, and when they finish, turn off the pot, and that's it. So when she came back, I think the reason why she stayed on the phone with me that night talking along, because she thought I was going, she thinks she can string me along and play with my head. So she thought I was going to clean up her whole apartment. When she came back, when she saw that I only cleaned up the living room and the foyer, when she looked at the kitchen, her face was like so disappointed. Then she says, yeah, I got to work on the kitchen. I'm like, that's not going to happen. She's been saying that, like I said, for years. If I don't clean up that kitchen, if I don't clean up her bedroom, it will never be clean. Okay? What she'll do, she'll clean up a little space on the table so she can sit down, so she can craft and make a couple of cards, or she'll clean a pathway in her bedroom so she can get to her bed, right? You know what I'm saying? Because every now and then, all the clothes just pile up all over the floor to where you're walking on clothes. And I keep telling her, listen, you can't be doing that. And then I found, the kids were missing a side of socks. I found mostly all of the other side of the kids' socks on the floor in her bedroom. I literally had to, on my hands and knees, digging through clothes so I can find the other side of socks. And I found them. You know what I'm saying? I think there's only about a few missing, a few left. But, I keep telling her, I said, the reason why this happens because you do laundry, right? You start folding, then you're halfway through, not even halfway through folding. You'll stop folding, you'll go watch a video, you'll go put on makeup, and you forget everything, right? And then you'll dump all the clothes on your bed, and then you go to sleep, and you push the clothes on she has a bench in the front of her bed. You'll either push it there, or you just throw them on the floor. And I said, and that's how it happens. But you know what I'm saying, you can't beat a dead horse back to life. Particularly her mindset when it comes to that. And this is why, like I said, I try to do what I have to do. I'm just not going overboard like I used to do anymore. That happens. Anyhow, I'll talk to you guys some next video.